Hi friends, welcome back to the Common Sense Grandma. My name is Michelle, and I was thinking that with the busy season coming up ahead with Christmas, Thanksgiving, we get a little bit sidetracked sometimes in preparing our meals. And so I was thinking I should make some freezer meals. I've never done this for myself. A few videos ago, I did make some for my daughter who is pregnant, and half of these are going to go to her and the other half will stay here. So we just have some meals ready to go. I thought it would just save us some time. And I don't know if you have seen on YouTube, I think it's called the Family Freezer. I should know the name of it. Well, I'll look later. I'll link it below anyway. But I'm using a few of her recipes. Two of them have chicken. One is vegetarian and the other one uses ground beef. And on the one with the ground beef, I actually already have pounds of frozen ground beef. So I'm not going to include that in the bag. I will use a smaller bag. That one is going to be taco chili with cornbread topping. I'm going to skip the cornbread topping because I don't think it's necessary. We can make our own cornbread or cornbread muffins. So I am going to do the taco chili. I'm going to do 2 of those. And then we have a black bean and rice soup. And this one looks really good. It uses wild rice in there, which is kind of nice because it's going to bulk it up a little bit. And then I'm going to make a honey sesame chicken and then a cilantro lime chicken. I think that you could use that for tacos or burrito bowls especially. My younger daughter was saying that they like to do a lot of burrito bowls just like we do. So that's the first 2 things we're going to do here. And I already put the chicken in these bags here. Oops, falling over. So let's start with the cilantro lime chicken. You know, it's funny. I had some of these holders before and I never used them. And I donated them. And then when I decided to make freezer meals, I had to buy them again, but that's okay. We will get good use out of them. So this is a very easy recipe. We're just going to put everything in the bag. And what's so nice when you get these recipe packets, here is honey sesame chicken, which is this one over here we're going to do. So you can just stick that on there. I think that's great. This one is the cilantro lime chicken that we're doing right now. So we have these little recipes, what to do, let's say, how to cook it if you're gonna put it in your Instant Pot or your slow cooker. Cook on low for 6 hours, shred chicken and mix with sauce. So that's a great little thing to have because I usually just write on the bags, or sometimes it's much more fun to not write on what's in the bag or in the container, and we don't know. One time I opened something thinking that it was chili. It was birria, not chili, but that's okay. We still used it, but mystery items in the freezer. So having these little, let's say, recipe cards ready to go, great idea. I'm not that organized to do those kinds of things. I need help sometimes. So let's get going. So we have our 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. Let's hope that that's what's in there. I just took out some chicken and put them in the bags. I'm not good at measuring. So then we do 1 lime in each one. And I prepared everything here. Everything's already cut up, ready to go. So I'm not taking up your time. Oh, this is nice. Where did I get these limes? Oh, Amazon Fresh. I did an Amazon Fresh order because the video that I will be putting out tomorrow that I filmed, I could not find bean sprouts anywhere. Nobody had them. Sprouts didn't have, our local grocery store didn't have. I don't know why. Aldi doesn't carry it, Walmart doesn't carry it. But even when I was at Sprouts the other day, they didn't have it. Trader Joe's didn't have them, but Amazon Fresh did. So, all right, we've got our lime. I think it got on my face, but that's okay. Now it calls for 1/4 cup of olive oil. Interesting. I bunch of measuring cups here somewhere. Here we go. I don't know if I have a 4th cup in here. It's gonna be close. What a delicious marinade this is going to be. Anytime you put lime, oh, it's perfect. Anytime you put lime and olive oil together, that tastes really good. Okay, we're finished with that. So next we have a tablespoon of dried cilantro. Well, I got the fresh one out. I'll have to look for dried cilantro. We'll see if I have some. I think I do. I'll put that in later. Okay, a tablespoon of chili powder. I thought I had more chili powder than this, but I think we have enough. Okay. A tablespoon of paprika. I can't find my paprika. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's gone. So we're gonna just do a little bit of smoked. I couldn't find it in the cupboard. That's okay. Smoked paprika should be just fine. Two teaspoons of cumin. 2 teaspoons, huh? Seems like a lot to me. But you know, cumin adds such good flavor to food. I really do like it. A teaspoon of garlic powder. So hopefully I have all my ingredients here, so this will go very quickly, except I don't have the dried cilantro. That's okay. Half a teaspoon of salt, and then pepper, and we are done. 1 meal down. How much pepper? 4th teaspoon, okay. All right, 1 down. I'll just move these over here. All right, that looks really good. I actually plan on making one of these meals either tomorrow or Friday. All right, next is honey sesame chicken. So this recipe, you just put everything in here for it to make the sauce. And you know, one of my favorite things at Panda is their honey sesame chicken. It's so good, and you know, if we can just make it like this, if it kind of caramelizes, hopefully it does, that will be nice. So instead of chopping up onion, I have here my handy dandy chopped onion already. So 1 cup of chopped onion. This is from my freezer. I like to chop things ahead of time. Kind of defrosting. Like I'm gonna make a mess. That's okay. All right, that one's done. What else do we put in here? Next, we're going to do half a cup of honey. Well, that's a lot. Okay. Half a cup of soy sauce, a 4th cup ketchup. Okay. All right. So now for the honey, let me dry my hands. I'm also going to grab the sesame seeds. Okay, honey. Let's do soy sauce first to rinse this. This one doesn't have any oil. Is it really half a cup of soy sauce? Wow, that's a lot. Okay, it's going to be very seasoned, which is good. All right, half a cup of soy sauce. Now for the honey, I just refilled this jar. Oh, this is gonna take a while. I buy my honey from Azure Standard. I don't know how big it is. It looks like a gallon. It says 12 pounds. I'll do it this way so it starts going. Okay, next one. So I filled up 2 of these mason jars, and then, do you have these handy little lids for them? It's such a lifesaver. You know, if you make your own creamer where you use cream and vanilla and a can of sweetened condensed milk. I use this, oh, that's heavy. I use one of these lids on that, and it's quite handy. Okay, now a 1/4 cup ketchup. All right, I'm just gonna let this sit in here to keep coming out. I open the ketchup so it will come out fast. Okay, and I took the lid off. Right, let's move this one. You know what I did a few weeks ago was I ordered another set. These are Cuisinart measuring cups. And I'm so glad I did that because, you know, when you're cooking, sometimes you need one dry, one wet. And, you know, it's kind of a hassle. And so having the extra makes all the difference. Oh, 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. Well, we're going to use avocado because the olive oil is in the back of the house. And I actually think that, what is it, 2 tablespoons? I think that the avocado would have a better flavor because it's more neutral. So that's what we're going with. That's fine. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, now what? A tablespoon of sesame seeds. 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons because this teaspoon is dry. And now garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon. Not very much. Calls for crushed red pepper flakes. I'm not putting them in because my little granddaughters, I don't think that would be a good idea. 1/4 teaspoon pepper, and we are finished. So there we go. So you just close these up. I will attach 1/4 cup water. Time out, time out, time out. You know, I'm not the best at always reading the ingredients. The other day I made stroganoff and it didn't seem right. It didn't have the same creaminess, and I had put in the sour cream. But the recipe I use is Jeffrey Zakarian on Food Network. His recipe is so good. And it calls for cream cheese. And that was the part that I forgot. Even though I went back and looked at the recipe a couple times, I still missed it. Okay, so I am going to move these and get ready for the next meals. And I'll be right back. Okay, now for our next 2 recipes, we are going to make a black bean and rice soup. And this is actually vegan if you use vegetable broth, but you don't add the broth to the bag. So I think that's a better idea. And then this other one is a taco chili with a cornbread topping. We're skipping that. So here we go. Let's make the black bean and rice soup. Now what I did today, I don't buy cans of black beans. I either cook my own or I can some. They're in jars. But I didn't want to waste my jars. So I cooked 2 cups of beans. And I should be okay here. I figured it's about, I don't know, trying to do math today is not my forte of how many ounces everything would be. So I'm just actually, I think my daughter and I figured out about 3 cups should be good. And I think that's just about what we have. I just cooked these in the Instant Pot, the little one. I didn't put any seasoning in it or anything. These are organic black beans. Do you like how I use my hands? I think they're God's greatest gifts, tools to use in the kitchen. I get my beans from Azure Standard. And what I like about their beans is they're organic. I'm just rinsing this off because I still have to get bell peppers and other things. So next we have 1 red pepper diced. Going with what I have here because we need bell pepper in the next recipe also. These are so pretty. Did any of you guys grow peppers? I have a lot of Fresnos still growing, but my bell peppers, they took forever, even though it's hot here. And I saw some out there today. I still need to go get those picked. Okay, 1 yellow onion diced, or 1 cup. Okay, this is starting to finally defrost a little bit here so I can get to it. So what I like to do is just cut up a lot of, or I use my food chopper. You know this thing here? The rest of it's in the dishwasher. I like to use that to chop the onions so they're all uniform. Okay. This one might not have as much because I'm trying to see. Yeah, I still have to use onion in the next recipe. That's fine. So what do we have? 1 cup of frozen corn. You know, I actually like to use smaller measuring cups. Even I baked bread this morning, and a lot of times I still use the half cup for measuring, ×2 of course, to get my cup. I don't know what it is, I just feel like I do better with this smaller. Okay, there's the corn. 1/4 cup dry wild rice. Here's our wild rice. I don't have the 1/4 cup, so this is 1/3, so we'll go a little bit less. I think this soup is going to be good. I like black bean soup, especially Cuban black bean soup. Now to the seasonings. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. I didn't quite have enough, so I'm actually using taco seasoning. And I have more taco seasoning. I might have to get the other one out to finish seasoning this. Okay, that's okay. It calls for cumin. There's already cumin in that. Garlic powder will do 1/4 teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of oregano. This smells so good. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon pepper. So far her recipes have all been the same on the salt and pepper, which is fine. We are good on that. Okay, so these are done. I'm gonna switch over here and make the taco chili. Okay, so it calls for 1 pound of ground beef. I'm not putting that in here right now. I will just include for my daughter the ground beef separately. So 1 yellow onion, 1 bell pepper. So now we're going to just have to divide this. I almost went with, no, you know what? I am going to use quart bags. We don't need because I'm not putting the ground beef in. We don't need the gallon bag. I bought a 4-pack of bags, I think at Sam's Club a while back. These are actual freezer bags. For this purpose. Okay, I think this is better to use the quart bags because we're not putting the meat in, so it's not necessary. All right, let me get the other taco seasoning. This is, it's upside down. It's taco seasoning from Azure Standard. What I like about theirs is it doesn't have bad ingredients. Oh, perfect. Fills up this 1 cup. All right, back to the onions. Do you guys like taco? Oh, this is taco chili. I'm thinking taco soup. It's taco chili. I love taco soup. And what's nice with taco soup, it's like white chicken chili. You can just go with what you have. Whatever, you know, you can add. I've added zucchini before. You can add different things. Not quite a whole onion. That's okay. It will still have good flavor. What I'll do is I'll add a little bit of onion powder. All right. Bell pepper. I'm gonna put in everything that we can. After this, it's just the flavorings. A few years ago, I gave all of my kids one of these food choppers. At the time when we were not all as busy, before all the little granddaughters came into life, we would get together once a month at somebody's house. We have 4 kids, so we would move, or move the venue, and I liked to bring them treats, something special. And one time I gave them all a food chopper, and they all still use them. This calls for 1 cup. I might be a little bit light. Should have got another bag of corn out and should have chopped more onions, but I don't know. I was afraid it was going to be loud in here because I had to turn on the air conditioner. It's actually hot outside. All right, 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. This is a double. Oh, this is 15 ounce? My bad. Really? Oh, it is. Okay. Mess. This might be what I might be making this evening. Okay, we're just gonna finish this one. What's this, taco chili? I'll just put this in another bag. I'll do this one later. So I put the one that broke, I put it in a clean bag because I really don't want to make this tonight. We have leftovers from last night, so not going to do that. In fact, I will put that tomato sauce in last. But it does call for a teaspoon of honey in each one. Oops. Which makes sense. You know, friends, if you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. How's that? Oh, honey, always sticky. I can't stand having sticky hands or anything. But I don't mind working out in the dirt. I like that. In fact, the reason, I'll be honest with you, the reason I'm wearing a sweater, even though it's warm, I have a huge bruise right here. I have no idea where I got it. I'm thinking it's when I was out in the garden the other day. I was pulling up a lot of tomato plants and pulling weeds and a lot. And I remember getting hurt, but I don't remember what I did. So I didn't want you to see that, this bruise. And then over here, I had here and here, I had spots frozen off. And if you've ever had, I've had skin cancer once on my back, but the dermatologist said that's not what it is. It's something she can freeze off. And so she did, but it does not look nice. So I either have to wear a Band-Aid or, you know, long sleeves. Just being honest here. That's why I'm wearing a sweater, even though I have the air conditioner on. Let's get back to this. Okay, I'm gonna add the tomato sauce last. So a tablespoon of chili powder. I hope I make sense to you. This is kind of how my brain is. Have you guys ever watched Bill Engvall, the comedian? He has a bit that he did about during COVID when he stayed home. You know, during COVID, he couldn't go out on his comedy tours. And he had no idea what his wife was like, of how she can just change subjects like this. And he had no idea that she was that way because, you know, he's traveling a lot. Well, I thought, oh, that's funny because that's how my brain works. It goes all over the place. That's okay. I still get things done. All right, we put the chili powder, which today it's actually taco seasoning. That's okay. Salt, cumin. I am going to add a little bit more cumin, just why not? I'm going to put a half a teaspoon. Salt, half a teaspoon. I'm excited about this. There's times when, you know, you just don't feel like cooking. Garlic powder, onion powder, half a teaspoon. Even though I enjoy cooking, the thought of the cleanup makes me not want to cook sometimes, especially on the weekends. Many weekends, I know for lunch, my husband and I just, if it's just the two of us, we just have sandwiches, and he doesn't mind. He always tells me, I don't want you to have to cook. I don't see any pepper on this recipe, but I'm putting pepper. Maybe it was just forgotten, but I think it does need the pepper. So she also calls for crushed red pepper flakes. I don't want to put that in. And she calls for paprika. So I see I need to make a list for the store again. I feel like I'm shopping all the time. But you know, when you cook, you do use things. Again, I'm using the smoked paprika. All right, that is it. Other than you would have ground beef in here. And she doesn't put the cheese in now. She puts it later, of course. So this one is finished. And then this one, and you just need to add the tomato sauce. And I'm learning my lesson. Not going to leave it on there while it's holding it. And yes, I can count. I know the difference from 15 ounces and 8 ounces, but for some reason, I actually like math. I don't know why. I think math is fun. It's like a game to me. So once I get these all marked and labeled and looking pretty, I'll bring you back. Here are the 8 freezer meals that we made together. So we have the honey sesame chicken, 2 of them, black bean rice soup. This is cilantro lime chicken and taco chili. I did add some freeze-dried. I have some freeze-dried onions here. I did add those to the last one because we were a little bit shy on having the full amount. But I'm excited about this, and so I'm going to go put these in the freezer in the garage right now to get them cooling down. And I will also attach down below in the notes, I'll send you links to her videos because you have to put your email in, and these are all free. You don't have to buy anything to get these. So we have 12 healthy freezer meals from Aldi. So she'd gone shopping to Aldi that day. This one is 10 healthy crock pot freezer meals in 1 hour. And this one is for the empty nesters or smaller families. This one you actually make, I think you make 12, but you make 6 different things, and there's actually a dessert included. And so you just divide it amongst your bags. And I watched one of her videos a couple of years ago, and I thought it was a great idea, but I never acted on it. I didn't do anything, and I did not buy her program. Maybe I will, I'm not sure. I'm trying not to spend money since Christmas is coming. And but she does have links to where you can get these recipes, so I will put that down below. I'm not going to retype her recipes because they are hers, and I want to be respectful to that. But it's called thefamilyfreezer.com, I believe. And I hope that you enjoy these. I will make one of these one day, and I will let you know how it is. I'm not going to do it right now because I know at least for today we have leftovers. Can you see the blue on my hands? From my Sharpie. I keep Sharpies here in the kitchen, and Cora, the youngest grandchild so far, she's got a little brother coming. She loves to play with my pins here, and they're all marked up, so every time I touch them, I've tried to clean them off, but you'd think I'd just get new ones. Go to Dollar Tree, right? Anyway, thank you for spending time with me today. I appreciate you guys, and please like and subscribe and share with your friends also. I would appreciate that. And then I will see you soon with another video. Love you all. Bye-bye.